excerpt that mentions a hand. So here we go. And basically, the hand reference is a metaphor for a creepy former coworker. It's an interesting tidbit also. Recovery-dependent healing on a Los Angeles roof, a few hundred days ago, stood aside the stranger's pool because of the grainy atmospheric diffraction there. The future damp labyrinth cell murdered injustice, ending the contagion through mass wall removal, whereas the bed rose flush to the wall, until the first steps of science refresh, by purity of lines of engineering, the publicist and his bizarre secrets a showy open hand. The beamy heavens, never having rested nor slept, had never forgotten. The demonic stagecoach rolls on, without you, infinitude. Its damaged and petty tutelage is merely an action advancing. From the car windshield, I stepped back around to clear the condensation, leaving only the wet black lines. Handle icicles of the freezing rain, or the pottage of the season, bowled me over when all was said and done. The non-memory of elders restored in detail, only lullabies for the having suffered adults, of night, pointillistic stars, and quiet lamps. That was the hand. Then I guess I'll read some poems from the new series I'm working on, which are 14-line poems. So they're I call them sonnets, but they use fragmentation and, things like that. And some of these I haven't read before, so that's kind of fun too. Neglect. They sell the socialist website The Passion. On its stave, leaves insegmented. Nitro coward of stirred parts amulet fog, wintry sleep prostitute on strewn desert grit. Saxophone case melted greenhouse. Dosed orange phlebitis and bleach. By this only we like gems in mud, uneventfully greet a dark one bedroom, unto leprosy or banners of a rat. Experts sand in the passing leviathan. So my arrows turn away at day's close to a medial pain. Epitaphs look conventional. The oak looks like a cypress in experiment, bequested to youth's insouciant glance. Read another new one. Bezels. To transgress velleities is the actor's. So the aesthetic of occultism sinks and drains. And mall garden, wall, zero-teen fountain. Her murmur on knots covers the skin. Laundry bladder girders a prefab warlord. News of driven secretaries makes life as to spirit. Off scratch paper, the secret room. An eagle beside a pile of snakes and mice. Gives an interpreter the wooden grave of a chair. As mixed rock, a trumpet mountain. Don't release the captive meal ticket until we reach sanctuary month. I eat chemicals, your perforated hoodie, into peeling a turning point. Hedge. Was fiddling with a bike chain in the sunset, in the snow of a performing arts center. In 2011, I saw a movie in Union Square, Cascade on my arm, the bread and circus. The Franco years of borderline profile and wheat. Death exculpates your advertisement of eclipsed ideation, slipped in, burned up. Paper tips vents a classical apathy. A desiccant organ for neo-pagans in the suburbs. Their basement synths and retrospect columns arpeggiate on the undersides of vexation as devastating earthworks. Blank millions they died, if you don't call them a terrorist. Thermidor. The governors know the mafia concrete. Edible skim of the orchard and bagel. Helmet, wheat paste, pipe in no one's alley. Stripped to underbrush of scored rugs. Happy above a Thai carnival on elbows. Arachnid in a shop wraps an accretion disc. Built on shoddy hexagrams near babies. and still the rebel and stuffed tongue, staked to the grass in saffron and rose, hydroponic the 5 red bees, numbers fill the omerta coupon with berserker fire that longed for helpmeet before they are participation by tapers, staged for hearted brown, heart russet. Ushanka. Conspired schematics remain sand in the plot of an embedded weaver, unacknowledged on the vector cliff. I went to the black dive bar for the catharsis, and friended a pseudonym. Revenant smog under iron I dreamt, from Jacques-Louis David bonfires, a novel about a rowing machine. He's the hunter in a plaid gum hall, asleep under the banter, awaiting the horror, a puddle of diarrhea humanitarian, as to whether one could be said to have found it in dreamful philosophies of a station attendant. Hard drives crash, electromagnets fluctuate a cone. And then I guess I'll read this one. A minor pop art retrospective. So the code red industrial portraiture, the lit red plastic of the dollar store, heroes eating deer in a gyroscope opera, or a decrepit Hamlet, the boys huffing tires, the girls in chamomile, gatherer of towns. Like pronouns desiring the heaven, a public park with a tornado drawn in. I dislike the bag of clothes, how the iceberg beneath your fame, and stylites impart wisdom, the necessary thing. Until a narrator veered, the car got lost in the lot's blue wing in the mall, triangles turn in the wind. These scenes reached no book, and we brushed the pool water, streamlined, presenting. Thanks.